guy at the back.
Yeah, Cat Tice is going to keep him in. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Back a little bit on the line for me. Thanks. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Na citang nunga. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk marakan wembul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Na chitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Marek muk muk marakan wambul marach. Nache tong nonga. Wollongong, jalu kurawiri yukrang pandang, yungko kondi bengo, yerdaki. 나정게 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 Bilin. Yeah, Talagay rabajana jangdar mirawa mga no chitong nunga har.
Just like to call Auntie Sherilyn Robinson up to the stage, thank you.
Thank you, my brothers. Elders, students, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, and those of the future. My name is Sherilyn Robinson. I'm known throughout the community as Auntie Shaz. I am so excited to be here today and to share with you all this wonderful occasion. For the graduates, your higher education journey, congratulations to you all. I am so proud of each and every one of you. As you take your journey forward, stand tall, be proud of what you have achieved. It is a special day for me also because one of my granddaughters graduated on this day, the first in our family, so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you. Yolanga, welcome. Come gather on our land. We gather here today on a special place on country, land of my ancestors who have been traditional custodians since the dream time, the Altaringa, the past, the present and the future. They have nurtured and protected this land for thousands and thousands of years. They walked it, they worked it, and they hunted and gathered on it, thus allowing all of us to live here, bring our little ones up here, teaching them the way of the old ones. For it is the children now and of the future that will nurture and protect Mother Earth so that she can continue to look after all of us. As we gather here today, let us remember our history, our struggles, the pain and suffering, the stolen generation, the children that were taken, many still today trying to find their family and their way back home. Welcome to the land of the Dharawal people, the Wadi, Alauri and others that make this country their home. Dharawal land that extends from Greater Sydney in the north to Picton in the west and south to the Shoalhaven River, taking in Moss Vale, Kangaroo Valley and the Illawarra. Some clan groups and subgroups of the Dharawal are Geringer, Shoalhaven Heads, Bong Bong, Mittagong and Bowral, Murra, Kiama, Mullet, Alauri, Wadi, Thurl, the Leach, Gurrawal, La Perouse, Humpback Whale and Bidjigal. Coastal groups were keen fishermen and women. Men fished with spears and women used nets, and it was not uncommon to travel the coastline in search for shellfish, fish, waterfowls, coastal berries. Evidence of our movements and occupation along the coast can be seen at our midden sites throughout the district. Major occupation sites are Stanwell Park, Sandon Point, Bellambi Lagoon, Belmore Basin, Hill 60, Primby, Windang, the perimeters of Lake Illawarra, Shell Harbour, Bass Point, Killalea, Mystics, Minamurra, Kiama, Wary Beach in the Lagoon, Blackhead, Crooked River and 7 Mile Beach. Our land is rich in minerals and water resources, both fresh and salt. It also has a vast array of edible flora and fauna. The coal from our land is mined and used to produce power. Some of our mountains have been turned into hard rock quarries. Many of these quarries are on Dharawal country. Our waterways have been dammed to supply the necessary water. In amongst this country and all over Dharawal land, there is a lot of evidence that proves our people have lived and enjoyed the fruits of our land for thousands and thousands of years. Modern research and science acknowledge that we are the oldest living culture on the planet. We scarred the earth with our engravings and our ceremonial areas, the corroboree grounds. We decorated the caves with our knowledge of Mother Earth and the ancestral beings that created it. Our signatures are in the land, not just in the DNA. We know the sacred men and women's areas. We know that when the Sally Wattle blossoms, the lobsters are in abundance, or when the bottle blossoms, the mullet are running. How do we know this and why do we know this? Because that is our nature. Mother Earth is our nature. I ask you all to be proud of country. Look after Mother Earth, and in return, she will look after all of us. We welcome you to our country with respect and ask you to respect our country and our values, as we have done since the Altaringa. Yolanga, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for welcoming us today, Auntie Shares. We value and acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay respects to elders past, present and future, for they hold the hopes, the traditions and the culture of Aboriginal Australia. Welcome everyone. My name is Julia Coyle. I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Students at the University of Wollongong, and I am truly delighted to be your Master of Ceremonies at this afternoon's ceremony. I would like to acknowledge our Indigenous Strategy Unit and our local Aboriginal community. Their leadership has brought to life a vision for an inclusive, reconciled and united Australia. Through our graduation ceremony today, we recognise that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are the knowledge holders of country. Thank you all for joining us here today on this special occasion. Could I just please ask everyone who might have forgotten to switch their phones onto silent, please? Thank you very much. The university is extremely proud of our graduates, and we are immensely excited to celebrate your achievements in person here today. We are also here to thank and congratulate the graduates' families and friends who have supported them on their journey. The graduates here have been through an experience like no other graduates before them. They have endured and triumphed. We are here today to congratulate the graduates of 2019, 2020, and 2021 on their achievements. We are also here to acknowledge their dedication and their commitment to their goals and aspirations to make our community and world a better place. Please join me in congratulating them. Please would you all stand for an instrumental version of our national anthem. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the Vice-Chancellor and President, one of the university's highest officials, Professor Patricia Davison, to give the congratulatory address.
Thank you so much, Professor Coyle. Graduates, family and friends, welcome to this graduation ceremony here today. I have the honour and privilege of being the Vice-Chancellor and President of the University of Wollongong, and I'm honoured to be here with you today. It's truly one of the highlights of my role to witness students celebrate this great milestone, particularly during the time we've recently experienced. My sincere thanks to the Wollongong Indigenous Centres and our members of our Aboriginal community for the leading of the procession today. The smoking ceremony was incredibly moving and makes this event very special. I too would like to pay my respects to Aboriginal elders past and present and acknowledge their continued spiritual and cultural connection to the lands of which the University of Wollongong campuses are located. As part of today's celebration, we're focusing on the themes of the artwork, Cultural Healing, by artists Auntie Lorraine Brown and Auntie Narelle Thomas from the Kumadichi United Aboriginal Corporation. You'll see this artwork as part of the stage and in various other contexts, including your graduation booklets. The artwork, as I'm told, depicts bush tucker, ocean tucker, and medicinal plants and flowers of dreaming stories. All these things play a role in the health and well-being of Indigenous people, including the stories that come to explain how things are and why they exist. It is believed that this is where knowledge, strength, and a reason came from. We hope to continue learning from and building a deeper understanding of this cultural wisdom. Looking out at this marvellous sea of gowns, I'd like to begin by congratulating each and every one of our graduating students here today. On behalf of our staff, fellow students, the Chancellor and the University Council, this is the reason we do what we do. Indeed, it's such a special occasion for all of us, friends, family, teachers, mentors, but it is especially significant for you, our graduates. Today's events are the culmination of years of hard work, personal sacrifice and commitment. I hope you feel a deep sense of pride and will take this moment to reflect on your achievements and how far you have come. As a cohort, you share in a unique experience whereby your studies were disrupted by an extremely challenging time in our history. Today, many of our graduates are from the health disciplines, and it's a tough time to learn how to be a health professional during a pandemic. Much changed during this period, from our ability to cross domestic and international borders, supply chain challenges for critical products and services. We've faced an exponential rise of technology dependence and a general change in the way we do simple things, like how we went to school and learned. But as you can see in you today, the strength and determination have got you here. These characteristics will stay with you and hold you in good stead for many years to come. And this ceremony is public recognition of our commitment and recognition of your achievement. It's been our absolute pleasure and privilege to have witnessed and played an integral role in your journey. I hope you will soak up every minute of these celebrations, remembering that this is not a conclusion, indeed, it's just a beginning. As an individual, I hope you will capture these feelings of pride, energy and passion and take them with you into the future. The transition you're making today from student to graduate is an opportunity to re-establish your priorities, take stock and focus on your future. I hope your experiences at the University of Wollongong have shaped not only the person you are today and the career you're about to embark upon, but also the curiosity, empathy and compassion you will take with you. The world is changing so quickly, and as we face complex social, political, environmental and economic challenges, I'm confident that as graduates of this university, you are well placed to lead the way forward. With that in mind, I have two small pieces of advice for you as you embark upon the next chapter in your journey. The first is what I've learned over my long career, is that education can be a catalyst for change. Education has the power to transform people's lives, and we see it here today. And graduates, you hold the power to help create a more diverse, inclusive and accessible world of learning for our society. And be sure to use that power and use your power for good. My second word of advice is to always be kind. Kindness cannot be overrated. I believe that if you can help someone, you always should. If you can help another person by showing compassion and understanding of circumstances, everyone will be better off. As the first alumna and first female Vice-Chancellor, I have very fond memories of sitting where you are today, albeit a very long time ago. I first arrived at the University of Wollongong in the late 70s, and I was studying a Bachelor of Arts at that time. I was young and only just finding my feet in the world. But the thing that I recall of those times was the incredible support I had from the people at University of Wollongong and in my life. My teachers, my family, my colleagues and my peers were always so kind and generous to me. And often in life you'll find it's these people and the support that they offer that make a real and lasting impact on your career. So on behalf of the university and the graduating cohort, I'd like to thank all of those here today watching on from afar, and particularly family and friends in the audience who have supported our amazing students in achieving successes this far. Our graduates are now part of a truly global university network. The University of Wollongong has campuses in Dubai, Hong Kong and Malaysia, and partner institutions in China and Singapore. As our graduates, you can feel proud to be part of a university with an outstanding reputation that spans the globe. The completion of your studies at the University of Wollongong makes you one of the most employable graduates in Australia, and indeed the world. The success of our graduates is the basis for the university's strong reputation, ranking among the top 1% of universities globally and aiming higher every day. But know this, graduates, you are our greatest achievements. And along with our researchers and partners, you are at the heart of our university's mission to create lasting and positive change. And this has never been so important. It's this community of like-minded people that have shaped our university to become a world leader for social and economic impact. Together with our partners, we're working to solve the biggest questions facing society and striving towards a better quality of life for future generations. Alongside the many changes that will happen in your lives following graduation, also marks a new kind of connection with the university, one which I hope, like for me, will be lifelong, through either further study or being a proud ambassador. Joining our vibrant global community of more than 165,000 alumni from 179 countries, you are connected by the shared experience of studying at the University of Wollongong. I encourage you to stay connected with the university and your fellow graduates. The relationships you have formed during your time here will be invaluable for years to come. So from one, albeit old, University of Wollongong alumni to the very newest members of our alumni family, a big, hearty congratulations. It's now time to celebrate. Celebrate your hard work and success and know that the world is at your feet. As you set forth in your careers, remember always to be bold, courageous and strong and stay true to your beliefs. Again, my very best wishes and congratulations to our graduates. May you have a very happy and memorable graduation day. And thank you so much for making us all so proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor and President. We are blessed to have a Vice-Chancellor with a central focus on the well-being of people. And if I may paraphrase you, great universities are made not just of beautiful buildings, but of phenomenal researchers, teachers, students, and scientists. It is now my great pleasure to commence the presentation of the 2019, 2020, and 2021 graduates to our Vice-Chancellor and President. I now call upon the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health, Senior Professor Eileen McLaughlin, to present the graduates to the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Patricia Davison, for the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health.
Thank you, Professor Coyle. It is my great pleasure to be here celebrating with our graduates today. We are very proud of what you've all achieved, and I wish to convey my personal congratulations to all the graduates. We will now commence the presentation of awards. As your graduate families and friends crosses the stage, feel free to show your enthusiasm and encouragement. Will the graduates who are to be presented with the undergraduate and postgraduate awards from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health please stand? Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you the graduates to receive the awards from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Vice-Chancellor and President, I confirm your admission to the awards for which you have qualified.
Graduates, please be seated.
Bella Andrew. Talia Beattie. Aidan Buffalin. Chuk Nam Chan. Liam Del Costa Smith. Georgia Gergis. Shahzad Godrati. Cassidy Faith Graham. Jessie Hart. Natalie Kate Nerona. Taylor Louise Preston. Jessica Ratey. Juliana Saponia. Rachel Elizabeth Spence. Olivia Ann Sprague. Daniel Craig Willis. Emma Fox. Brianna Levar. Georgia Sophie Manos. Jessica Purvis. Georgia Grace Reba. Georgia Cook. Erin Ford. Travis Smith. Sarah Kate Harding. Ashley Hooper. Jade Melrose. Bowden Jack Nash. Angelique Papadopoulos. Rachel Cooney. Grace Alexandra Cordy. Sophie Dahl. Braden Evans. Victoria Rose Evans. Amelia Claire Gunning. Sophie Alice Minnie Hooper. Emma Kendall. Georgie Ann Lear. Nicholas Pazanin. Eliza Price. Montana Shepherd. Rachel Smart. Katrina Page Snellgrove. Jacob Anthony Ware. Alyssa Michelle Cameron. Holly Colquhoun. Harrison Daisuke Cooper. Olivia Guest. Meg Louise McCall. Kiralee Miller. Isabel Louise Napper. Miri Ratukalu. Jacob Brewer. Shreya Singhal. Ava Twemlow. Abella Rose Wardana. Grace Courtney Whalen. Finn Wilson. Henry Thomas Cooney. Anna Elizabeth Dixon. Rani Brianna Kate Dixon. Joshua Miller. Shadi Mohammadi Montfared. Brittany Riley. Michael Villano. Olivia Brown. Anaga Chowdhury. Paris Dorrell. Kirsty Fry. Victoria Rose Gerais. Athena Ho. Talia Liat Miller. Annalise Brooke O'Farrell. Elise Justine Pye. Taya Roberts. Emilia Hannah Seidel. Michaela Stefos. Sarah Sutherland. Anne Tran. Nina Tran. Joanna Dangovar. Lok Yi Joyce Lay. Ashley Louise Mears. Tiana Jane Marola. Talia Sparks. Mehdi Azarakshi. Cecilia Nelson. Brianna Lee Stewart. Hugh James Archer. Jessica Badra. Asha Binoy. Alexandra Bolton. Caitlin Chapman. Radios Clara Shruti. Elise Coleman. Melanie Fazala. Lauren Ann Foley. Blake Fraser. Youssef Hakimi. Sarah Madeline Hardy. Bella Intra. Luke Gibson Judd. Rachel Knight Dukowski. Cameron Nicole Lloyd. Aya Malas. Shale Morton. Nicholas James Mott. Nanda Muik. Anshuman Rout. Tamara Jessica Reynolds. Jonathan Snap. Tailambal Siva Shanmugam. Reisha Teka. Chiziri Mutso Aurelia Ugo. Monique Van Leeuwen. Taylor Ashley Baker. Hannah Kathleen Barnard. Monica Boros. Jamel Daphne Isabel Boschero. Joshua Brown. Ellie Brown. Robert Charles Bruckner. John Francis Canero. Jessica Chapman. Luke Warwick Dennis. Lisa Fuji. Gemma Annabelle Giuliano. Andrea Jo Glass. Jessica Gonzalez. Margaret Therese Hagen. Ting Chun Huang. Eliza Isanda. Tiara Diani Ismail. Anjita K.C. Lachlan Kennedy. Thomas Jean Joseph Lisayek. Roy Christopher Letton. Andrew Moffat. Christopher Michael Moore. Matthew Nixich. Samuel Patterson. Bo James Smith. Jade Smith. Brooke Louise Thompson. Cooper Michael Warren. Austin Abella. Christina Brothers. Georgia Lily Dina Brega. Jessica Faustini. Matthew Philip Hammond. Brett Engel Hoffman. Nicola Ruth Kennedy. Catherine Kilpatrick. John William Maidment. Samuel McGowan. Zara Raza. Patrick John Trihe. Tara Wheel. Emily Louise Funker. Meg Dunnett. Simone Freund. Katlin Louise Adamovich. Caitlin Rogers. Aidan Cooper Fitch. Maria Katerina Lambourne. Rebecca Elizabeth Farrell. Finian Noel Folk. Charlotte Brown. Rebecca Chappell. James Portwin. Amy Soper. Matthew John Spann. Christian Zajek Tingle. Jason Delamont. Sarah Cameron. Dana Bermudez. Hayden Page. Elise Marie Wilkinson. Lucy Johanna Fitchen. Chelsea Brooke Penny. Veronica Nee Farm. Emily Rose Ryan. Olivia Grace Pearson. Georgie Soleski. Samuel Thomas Attard. Matilda Lee Houston. Emma Abbott. Aisha Abu Mahmood. Georgia Agius. Fatima Al-Naqib. Georgina Michelle Broinowski. Sion Mi Elizabeth Cannon. Michael Henningson. Rebecca Ann Hooper. Gabrielle Catroyan. Araceli Veronica Lanos Jerry. Jason Raymond. Donna Dunisha Udugahapatwa. Maya Victoria Young. Natasha Croys. Elissa Julia Price. Elena May Regan. Hannah Reveley. Georgia Caitlin Smith. Olivia Charlotte Wills. Vanessa May Hollingsworth. Nicola Kate Auld. Caitlin Isabella Jenkins. Nicholas Kwasi Patrick Kuzi Apau. Holly Marie Smith. Madison Rainey Yerbury. Zara Anastas. Olivia May Mehringer. Nathan Bala. Lucas John Mushawa. Laura Karen Louise Smith. Lara Marie Alfaiero. Carly Kerrigan. Kayla Mitrevsky. Meika Everina Hoffman. Aude Toufu.
Vice-Chancellor and President, I take great pleasure in presenting the recipients of the University Medal in the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health for 2020 and 2021. The University Medal is for outstanding performance and is awarded to the highest achieving student as determined by their academic performance across their entire undergraduate degree. For the University Medal in the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health, and for their bachelor degrees, for the Bachelor of Conservation Biology Honours with Dean Scholar in 2019, Miss Alison Merton. For the Bachelor of Medicinal Chemistry Honours and Dean Scholar in 2019, Mr. Xander Smith. For the Bachelor of Medical and Health Sciences Honours in 2021, Mr. Samuel Peter Jennings. For the Bachelor of Bio-Nanotechnology Honours and Dean Scholar in 2021, Mr. Bailey Eric Skews. For the Bachelor of Conservation Biology Honours and Dean Scholar in 2021, Miss Isabella Todd.
So congratulations to our graduates thus far. We'll be continuing with the presentation of awards shortly, but it's now time for our musical item for today. It is my great pleasure to introduce Mahalia Barnes, accompanied by Franco Regat. Mahalia Barnes has been in and around music her entire life. Throughout her childhood years, she was exposed to everything from Michael Jackson and Ray Charles to Ike and Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder, all of which helped shape her into the powerhouse soul and blues vocalist that she is today. Mahalia has also recorded and toured with the likes of Liam Gallagher, Cold Chisel, Jimmy Barnes and Lucky Dolly, to name just a few. So please welcome Mahalia Barnes to perform You're the Voice.
Chance to turn the pages over. can write what we want to write. We gotta make ends meet before we get much older. Ooh, we're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Hold down the barrel of a gun. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa. This time, you know we all must stand together. We have the power to be powerful, believing that we can make it better. Ooh, we're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Pull down the barrel of a gun. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. We're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Put down the barrel of a gun. Oh, no. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you. Really extraordinary. So great.
Thank you, Mahalia and Franco. It's an impressive version of an iconic song. We will now continue with the presentation of awards. I now call back to the lectern the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health, Senior Professor Eileen McLaughlin, to continue to present the graduates to the Vice Chancellor and President, Professor Patricia M. Davison, for the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health.
Thank you, Professor Coyle. We will now continue with the presentation of the awards.
Tanya Rose Cannings. Tanya Fogarty. Mamata Dandu. Prahita Ananda Sivan. Kate Jennifer Bryce. Lydia Sarah Craig. Eloise Kate Doak. Morgan Deuce. Matthew Gatenbeek. Damien Gibson. Gayatri Guranathan. Alyssa James. Emma Jane Lau. Michael Rosenheck Levi. Rebecca Claire Newton.
Michael Nielsen.
Cherise Schutt. Han Yue Adrian Siu. Thomas Anthony Skinner. Michael Anthony Iovine.
Kirsten Louise Way. Bridie Kate Wilberger.
Lucinda Beck. Jaron Coombs. Luke Tonner. Alexandra Kelly Tyler. Antoinette Valentina Tipple. Daniel Jake Leahy. Arti. Niti Shrestha. Gerard Newman Murphy. Archford Mandu. Lidimoni Selemusi. Ashley Jade Bennett. Chavan Kavinda Boteju Golukoropoge. Parka Kishore Goswami. Rochelle Renee Haynes. Lakshay Seth. Vijay Gokul Boy. Mahesh Prahad Timilsina. Anna Luchelina. Margaret Eliza McGowan. Srina Minamkada. Hui Yin Jen. Abby Rose Sikonyani. Kirby Leah MacDonald. Adriana Viktorovna Makarov. Chiara Miglioretto. Megan Louise Sharp. Nelia Veranos. Alexa Zay. Porni Molik. Gareth Luke Jenkin. Caitlin Elizabeth Beattie. Silas Konkwani. Monique Page Browning. Lyndall Kate Schnabel. Rebecca Irene Hines. Tali Jane Claringbold. Will Lachlan Coleman. Christopher Mark Weber. Alison Kate Julian. Emma Jean Nichols. Ji Kyu Sun. Brooke Marie Russell. Saeed Abdullah Al-Ghamdi.
So congratulations to all of our graduates. It is now with great pleasure that I announce our doctoral award recipients today. Will the graduates who are to be presented with doctoral awards from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health please stand? Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you the doctoral graduates from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health, who, by reason of their theses and other work at the university, have met the requirements for admission to doctoral degrees.
In the name of the Council, and by my authority as Vice-Chancellor and President, I confirm your admission to the doctoral degrees to which you have qualified.
So the first candidate is not actually here today. I have, however, been asked to read their citation. For their study into rheumatoid arthritis, a novel treatment approach through urokinase plasminogen activator inhibitor, Dr. Umar Ali. For their study of the cascade chemistry of indigo dye towards the synthesis of new anti-malarial drugs, Dr. Nicholas Matthew Butler. For their study into novel functions of human pregnancy blood proteins, Dr. Jordan Harry Cater. For their study into validating the efficacy of selected Nigerian medicinal plants used traditionally for managing diarrhea symptoms, Dr. Christiana Joshua Dawurang. For their exploration into the design of a new class of anti-metastatic drugs targeting cancer cell glycosylation, Dr. Christopher Michael Doby. For his study of gold-catalyzed reactions of highly strained three-membered ring molecules, Dr. Melanie Alma Drew. For their research of systematically benchmarked and optimized efficient computational vibrational spectroscopic method for condensed phase systems, Dr. Venka Says Andeep Inakola. For the study into the chaperone function of small heat shock proteins using single molecule fluorescence microscopy, Dr. Caitlin Laurel Johnston. For the study into the development of the nanofilled biomaterials as print media for 3D additive fabrication, Dr. Hadis Kaxba. So the next candidate is not here either. For their exploration into the role of disrupted protein homeostasis in the degeneration of motor neurons in amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Dr. Isabella Ann Lambert-Smith. For their exploration in investigating the role of proteostasis pathways in regulating the intracellular inclusion formation of fire luciferase, a model system to study protein aggregation in cells, Dr. Shannon Kathleen McMahon. For their exploration into new models to help us better understand how to diagnose and treat metastatic skin cancer, Dr. J. Ryan Perry. For their examination of the P2X and the P2Y receptors in dots, Dr. Rhys Andrew Sophocles. For their study into single molecule microscopy tools to observe the process of DNA replication, Dr. Richard Raymond Spinks. For their study into the role of pharyngeal cell surface glycans in mediating Group A Streptococcus biofilm formation, Dr. Hema Kumari Nilesh Vyas. For their study into mapping the human immune and inflammatory response to invasive strains of Group A Streptococcus, Dr. Jonathan Williams. For their study into individual behavioural variation and intersexual selection in the critically endangered Corabi frog, implications for conservation, Dr. Shannon Ray Kelleher. For their examination of geological events preceding terminal India-Eurasia collision that led to the formation of the Himalaya, Dr. Wanchi Matus Sakura. For their study into logging and wildfire effects on carbon storage and the fire risk in eucalypt forests, Dr. Nicholas Christopher Wilson. For their study into two birds, one hormone, addressing cognitive impairment and the metabolic side effects of antipsychotic drugs with liraglutide, a GLP-1 receptor agonist, Ilyana Babik. For their study into healthy eating and physical activity environments within out of schools higher care, Dr. Ruth Crow. For their exploration into neurochemical systems underlying the pathology and potential treatment of schizophrenia, Dr. Jeremy Stephen Lum. For their exploration into respecting the mentor relationship in workplace assessment to improve stakeholder satisfaction with process and results, Dr. Helen Reinitz. For their exploration into data quality monitoring procedures in the clinical research setting, Dr. Lauren Amy Houston. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health, for his Bachelor of Exercise Science and Rehabilitation, Travis Griffith. I now present the candidate to be admitted as an Emeritus Professor of the University. Will Professor Linda Tapsell please stand? Vice-Chancellor and President, I present Professor Linda Tapsell. A passionate educator and internationally recognised expert in the field of nutrition and dietetics, Linda Tapsell's contribution to UOW since 1990 has been exemplary. After working as a dietitian for 15 years, Linda's university career has extended over 30 years. Through her research and academic leadership, Linda is an outstanding mentor and role model. Linda completed her Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Pharmacology and a graduate diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics at the University of Sydney, followed by a Master of Health Personnel Education from UNSW, while working for the New South Wales Health as a senior community nutritionist. In 1996, she completed her PhD in Nutrition and Public Health at Wollongong, while teaching full-time and raising 3 small children. A foundation member of the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Sciences and Department of Public Health and Nutrition, Linda designed the Nutrition and Dietetics programme at Wollongong with Professor Heather Yateman in 1990, with the support of the then Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ken McKinnon AO. Linda's work with Professor Len Storlian championed metabolic research and the role of nutrition in chronic disease. In 1999, she was instrumental in establishing the ARC Key Centre for Smart Foods. The Centre's achievements led to the creation of the National Centre of Excellence in Functional Foods in partnerships with the CSIRO, the Department of Primary Industries Victoria and Food Science Australia. As director of both centres, Linda oversaw scientific food-based research and industry projects integrating nutrition concepts and food innovation and extending opportunities for nutrition research at Wollongong significantly. Linda is a Fellow of the Nutrition Society of Australia and Dietitians Australia, and an emeritus member of the American Society of Nutrition, which will induct her into its class of 2022 Fellows. That's the highest honour the Society bestows. In 2015, Linda was awarded a Member of the Order of Australia for her significant service to health science as an academic and clinician specialising in diet and nutrition. During Linda's career, she has supervised and mentored graduates into successful academic, government and health industry careers. Over 30 years at Wollongong, Linda has published extensively and supervised numerous research projects, continuing her relationship with the university to this day, assisting with PhD supervision, guest lectures and staff mentoring. A preeminent international dietitian, Linda has made an enormous contribution to her field and to the university. Vice-Chancellor and President, as an outstanding scholar, teacher and leader, it is a privilege to present Professor Linda Claire Tapsell to be admitted as an Emeritus Professor of the University of Wollongong.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Vice-Chancellor and President, I admit you as an Emeritus Professor of the University of Wollongong. Congratulations, Professor Tapsell.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Emeritus Professor Linda Tapsell to give the occasional address today. Please join me in welcoming Emeritus Professor Linda Tapsell.
Vice-Chancellor, President, members of the University, distinguished guests and graduates. Well done, everyone. We made it. Despite the pandemic, we are here. We made it through a wind tunnel that tested our very fabric. But it also exposed our strengths and projected on our futures. As we stand on Dharawal country and pay our respects to our Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging, I am led to reflect on generations. My parents were born in the First World War. They grew up in the Depression and they got married during the Second World War. They had very high expectations of my generation. We in turn became notoriously hard workers. I was born in the lower third of a baby boom family, spending much of my time watching, listening and thinking. It was the 1950s, the decade that science exposed the molecular structure of life. This heralded today's knowledge of viral structures and modern-day vaccines. My teachers encouraged me to study this emerging area of biochemistry, for that was the future, and who would have guessed? But there were concerns for investing in a university education for a woman. What if she got married and had children? Obviously, I was able to do both. But let me emphasise, I did not do this alone. Like you, it took close family, inspiring teachers and mentors, and the best colleagues and friends. My career succeeded and improved with increased access and equity to higher education, expanded childcare facilities, as well as opportunities in nutrition science, where food and preventive health were studied with rigour. Perhaps I was in a safe haven in a largely female profession, but we still had to take the reins and demand respect for our area of science and practice. That I came to Wollongong to help set up a dietetics course in a new faculty of health now sounds like the stuff of fairy tales. In truth, it was hard work, but the rewards were plentiful. Working with great colleagues and producing amazing graduates like yourselves. Today, in nutrition and everywhere, science, technology, and indeed prosperity have grown exponentially. But now it is time to stop and think. We have to look up from all that hard work and hone in on what is critical, not just for ourselves, but for the world we inhabit. The full stop of the pandemic gave us pause. Let's use that thinking space now. At a fundamental level, world peace remains ever on the agenda, but it lies alongside sustainable development and respect for land and country, climate and peoples. These are big issues, so where do we fit? In my field, I would say, take food seriously. It's a huge part of the planet. When I first graduated as a dietitian, I felt I had to be a walking encyclopedia. How much vitamin C do I need? What's in broccoli? Can I have cheese? Behind the answers were complex issues of science, which needed translation, followed by simple, practical answers. In science, medicine, and health, we have all just lived through this experience. Scientists, health professionals, governments, industry, and the media have had to grapple with COVID and find clear messages and actions to protect our communities. Our areas are at the forefront. In the last 2 years, our communities were exposed to our disciplines every day, instilling new levels of literacy and awareness. Scientific investigation into COVID was focused, cooperative, funded, international. The skilled and heroic work of health professionals was at the forefront. Government and industry were genuinely engaged for a common purpose, a wind tunnel indeed. So now you graduate with this incredible experience and more to come. You are strong and well armed to face the future. There is so much opportunity on the other side. You need to live your fairy tale. Each generation has its challenges, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. After long trips away, I love to return to country, Dharawal country, the land where the mountains meet the sea. I always felt welcome and at home. Wherever your future takes you, remember your time here at the University of Wollongong and go with our very best wishes. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Professor Tapsell, for sharing some elements along a long journey as a scientist and a contributor to the university. The student voice is very important and is central to all that we do at the University of Wollongong. So it is with great pleasure that I now call upon Mr. Samuel Jennings to give the vote of thanks. Samuel graduates today with a Bachelor of Medical and Health Sciences honours, and Samuel has demonstrated an outstanding overall academic record for his degree, which resulted in him receiving a university medal earlier in today's ceremony. Please join me in welcoming Samuel.
Vice-Chancellor and President Patricia M. Davidson, members of the university, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, family and friends. We all gather here today as very lucky people. Lucky that we don't have to panic when enrolling into our online tutorials. Lucky that we don't have to get lost in Building 19. Lucky that we could attend tutorials whilst in bed. And lucky to study amongst the most intelligent UOW graduating class for many a year. Today is our opportunity to celebrate that luck with our friends, family, partners, and UOW staff, and our chance to thank those who have helped us along this incredible journey. For me, personally, I'm forever grateful for the opportunities that UOW has given to me. Being the first in my family to attend university, UOW is an extended version of our family and always hold a very special place in my heart. But while it is incredibly difficult for me to summarize everyone's collective feelings today, I think we are all extraordinarily grateful just to be here in person, surrounded by our loved ones. On behalf of our fellow graduates, I'd like to extend our thanks to the university for providing us the best facilities available to learn and to grow within our respective fields. To our teachers who answered our emails at 9 o'clock at night and on weekends, who were able to transfer their entire academic curriculum from face-to-face to online in less than 2 weeks, and for stepping through this process with us. Thank you. To the other UOW staff, included but certainly not limited to the cleaners and the groundskeepers, for just maintaining our university wildlife and unique campus environment, and IMTS for just keeping us operational. For the university executives, for making the tough decisions, regardless to what those were, so that we could continue to study and operate as a university and be here today. And of course, our fellow graduates, for pushing through every obstacle that life decided to throw at us along this incredible journey. On behalf, I'd like to extend a very special thanks to our parents, partners, family and friends for being our guinea pigs, for listening to our rants about content, research and deadlines, for your unconditional support and just listening to us. We would not be here if it were not for your support. I'd like to thank Professor Linda Tapsell for those incredible words. It's very relevant and extraordinarily important. So now more than ever, the world relies on the graduates from the Faculty of Science, Medicine and Health. Being the most intelligent UOW graduating class, I know that we can meet this challenge. We have been lucky enough to be surrounded by so many incredible people to help us on this journey, but it's our time to start making our own luck. Thank you.
So thank you, Samuel. We're both lucky and privileged to have you as a graduate of the university, so thank you very much for your words. So family, friends and community, we are coming to the close of our ceremony here today. The last few days has seen over 3,500 students graduate. The hosting of graduation on campus has been a massive and impressive undertaking. We are, in fact, all sitting on 3 of our basketball courts. And a little over a week ago, that's exactly what they were. The Sports Hub has been transformed into a place where we feel proud to celebrate our graduates. This week, also as a gift to our graduates, we have lit up the Wollongong Lighthouse. And I really encourage you and your families to go and have a look. It looks truly spectacular. Given that it is our last ceremony in this session, we are wanting to acknowledge the people who have made this week possible. Embedding culture as a part of our graduation ceremonies for the first time has been an important step for the university as part of our commitment to reconciliation. We would like to acknowledge the leadership of Jamie Beveridge, walking alongside us to enable this to happen. Thank you also to Dwayne Bannon Harrison and Lane Brown, the aunties and the Indigenous community members who played a significant role in these graduation ceremonies. We would like to thank the broader event team who have worked tirelessly, and I mean tirelessly, with many late nights to make all this happen. In particular, Kylie Austin, Kiara Monmone, Amanda Jennings, Laura Hull, and Bailey Bond. And to Teresa Hoynes for her inimitable style in enabling a coordination of all of the elements together. Thank you, Teresa. All of these people have truly gone above and beyond to make this event happen. To create these graduations, however, a whole of university effort has been required. We specifically thank the staff and the faculties, the Student Recruitment Division, Security and Facilities Management teams, and UOW Pulse for their assistance in shifting graduations back onto the University of Wollongong campus. A big thank you also to our providers, Blue Juice Events and CMG Audio. We couldn't have delivered this celebration without them. Thank you. We also thank all of the University of Wollongong staff and students who have volunteered their time over the past few days. Finally, our Vice-Chancellor, thank you. You backed our teams. And this could not have happened without that backing, so thank you very much. Before the Vice-Chancellor closes this graduation, we'd like to share with you our graduation celebration video. The video provides an opportunity for you to reflect on the infinite moments that have led to you all being where you are today.
Everything we've done has led towards today. But graduation seems singular. After all, it's one day, one degree, one end and one beginning. Think about it this way though. If we divide today by 4 years,
Or 5 years.
Or 3 years. Or 8 years.
the equation becomes clearer. Because today isn't just an event or a graduation or a moment of change. It's what we've created through 24 subjects.
11 all-nighters.
357 books read.
54 5,000-word essays.
40 monologues critiqued.
154 films watched.
And 4 films made. Let's be real though, our experience is way bigger than just the classroom. You've got to factor in
665 hypotheses,
6 heated dramas,
2 semesters abroad, 5 new cultures experienced,
12 concerts attended,
843 waves ridden,
169 hours lounging around,
17 dance parties,
2 major heartbreaks,
and more lifelong friendships than we can count.
When we take those experiences, the long days, late nights and early mornings into the equation, we realise that graduation at the University of Wollongong isn't just some singular thing.
that it's a transition from finding our purpose
to changing our world with the purpose we found.
That our passport to the future has been stamped
with the mark of a globally respected education.
And most importantly, we realise the moments that led up to this are
a tapestry,
a symphony,
an equation,
a 65,000-year-old history.
We realise that though today is a single moment, graduation is much bigger than any one day. Because, like an algorithm made up of bits of code,
or a building built from many bricks,
or a community built from many different people, today is the result of our
experiments,
experiences,
tests,
trials,
and victories.
So that's what we celebrate today. Not the cap, not the gown, but the infinite number of moments we shared at the University of Wollongong.
Well, what an amazing ceremony. This has been, as Professor Coyle said, 3 days of just amazing celebrations. I think as we, I hope, emerge from this pandemic, it's really a time to refocus and recalibrate. We've had some really inspirational addresses, including today from Professor Tapsell and Sam. And I really hope that our world is going to be in a better, safer and healthier place. I know each and every one of us in some way has suffered over the last few years, and some much, much more than others. We know people that have lost family members in our community and have suffered. And I think also I want to offer up the success of today and our amazing graduates in memory of those lives that have been lost, and our commitment as a university and these exceptional graduates to tackle the really complex issues facing our world and make a difference. So I think these ceremonies have been impactful in so many more ways than graduation that we experience day to day, and also many of the things that we've taken for granted, being together with our families, being able to walk the stage at graduation. Many people have taken sacrifices. So I am just so relieved that we were able to make this happen. I won't list again the people to be thanked, but it is many, many people. And I think I really love Sam's words, because I know our staff really do care. I know of the pandemic, they have really gone above and beyond. It's not always been perfect, but people have moved with a lot of care and actually love. So today has been a very emotional and impactful day for me as well. But before we close, I'd like you to join with me one more time in congratulating our graduates. I'll just get you, the graduates, to stand, and everyone else stay seated. And I think I've got this the wrong way round, but it's been a few, but we just want to acknowledge your amazing successes, Go forth, be happy, safe and well, and learn from the wisdom of the amazing people on the podium who have been invested in your future, and more importantly, your family and friends here in the audience. Here's to you. Be seated. Now we'd also like to invite you to join us under the Marquis for light refreshments and to congratulate our graduates. There's many opportunities for photo memories. Again, thanks so much to the Aboriginal community members who have mentored us through this graduation. As Professor Tapsell mentioned, the pandemic has really made us focus more on protecting Mother Earth and valuing the land on which we live. So that has been a very special part of this ceremony here. So the academic procession will lead out of the auditorium, followed by the graduates and then our VIPs. If everyone could be patient and remain in their seats, and ushers will give you instructions to leave the venue. Please take direction from the ushers. You'll be asked to exit row by row. And I now declare this ceremony closed and celebrate these amazing graduates here today. And have fun this afternoon. You all look gorgeous. Go out, party, have fun.